This is Brian Fitzpatrick here at the Haven Country Club, the first assistant golf professional, showing you skills challenge number 1 on week 2's Haven's Biggest Loser. And what I have here is a 20-foot putt. And what we're doing here for this first week's skills challenge is lag putting. Because we all know putting is you drive for show, putt for dough. Putting is the most important aspect of golf, and when it breaks it down, you got speed and line, and we're just reiterating the fact that speed is the most important thing when it comes to putting. So here we are practicing some lag putting. So like I said, I marked out, I took 7 paces. 1 pace is 3 feet. So this is about a 20-foot putt, hitting up to an 18-inch radius or a 3-foot diameter circle. And what we want here going to practice before our skills challenge is just being able to kind of help gauge the takeaway and the follow through. Keeping that same pace on the takeaway, the same tempo, 1, all the way through. And I got 2 clubs here, and I'll show you in a second what I'm using them for. So after making about 1 putt towards our target here, I got these 2 clubs here to put beside me to kind of help gauge the distance of my takeaway and the distance of my follow through and the length that my follow through is. And after making about a couple practice strokes, kind of set out here, kind of a trial and error process until we find out the distance of the takeaway and the length of the follow through. And we keep it same by our tee here. So it was a little firm. I didn't really take into consideration the downhill on this putt. And again, maybe I could tighten up my little window that I've created here with these 2 clubs of mine. Onto a 60-footer. So on the 60-footer, we have a 3-foot radius, and then for the 20-footer, we used an 18-inch radius. And I just want to show you, we have those in the pro shop. You're more than welcome to stop by the shop, grab them, bring them out to the putting green. And if you guys don't have the time to pop into the shop, you're more than welcome to also. My putter's 35 inches, so you can always just kind of lay it out. And as you can see, this circle is about 36 inches in radius. And then from there, I'm going to go make this a 60-foot putt. I'm going to go ahead and pace off 60 feet. So 60 feet is 20 paces, so each pace is 3 feet, so 1 pace is 1 yard. And here I am set up to hit into that 3-foot circle. Go ahead and mark it. I don't have that close either though. So I'm on the downslope here, so you really see how important it is lag putting can be. You can turn one, you can save par, or then you can see where 3 putts can come into play very easily. So after making this putt a few times and help gauge the distance of my takeaway and the length of my follow through, you're now able to use these 2 clubs here to try to help guide you when making this putt. Well, even so much will allow you guys to use these 2 clubs when doing the actual skills challenge. So now we're going to hit 10 putts from the 60-foot spot into that 3-foot circle. And again, these clubs here helping guide me through as far as the distance and the length of my stroke. should have been 1 for 2. 0 for 2. For 3, and so on. We get you to complete 10 of these putts, mark your results, and turn them into the golf shop. Number 2 for the Haven's Biggest Loser, out of the bunker. Now before we get into the skills challenge, I just kind of wanted to show you guys how you go about hitting a green side bunker shot. As you can see here, I drew a little line, and I'm going to want you guys to straddle the line and just start taking practice swings, trying to make contact here in the bunker where the line is drawn. So when doing this drill and swinging out and hitting this line, we want to make sure that it's to the center, to our instep of our left heel here. So that's going to be forward, center. And as you can see, if we keep on doing this drill and you end up hitting behind, that's most likely going to result in a chunk shot and maybe not getting the ball out of the bunker. And the same way, if we hit in front of the line, most likely we'll end up hitting it thin and just hit right into the base of the bunker. So it's real important that when going through here, we just keep our eye focused on the line, and just see that if our club's bottoming out where our eyes are looking, and that right there on the line. So now once we get comfortable enough on hitting into this line, we can now bring the ball into play. And you'll see where this line comes into play. Once we put this ball about 2 inches in front of this line, because when you're in a greenside bunker, we need sand to get the ball out onto the green. So again, now I got the ball about 2 inches in front of the line, and I'm still going to be aiming for the line that I have drawn. All right, so yeah, this little drill leads us into our skills challenge number 2 of week number 2. And all it is we're going to hit 10 bunker shots, and we're going to record how many bunker shots we can actually just get onto the green, land and stay onto the green. So just like week 1, I pulled out 10 golf balls just to ensure that I stay at 10, because just like Al, I could find myself spending a lot of time in the bunker if I just dropped the whole bucket in here. So just count out 10 and start the skills challenge. And we'll allow you guys to draw the line if you'd like to keep this line here for you in the skills challenge to help out, since it's still practice. But here's shot number 1. So that's 1 for 1. Nine for 10. Now complete your 10 and submit your results to the Pro Shop. Brian Fitzpatrick, the first assistant here at the Haven Country Club on skills challenge number 3 for week number 2. And what it is we're trying to set up an imaginary fairway out there. And if you look all the way back, everyone knows here at our driving range that we got a net back there. And if you count the poles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 poles out there. So for 2 nettings and 3 poles will be the size of a fairway. So I'd want you to count, if I'm in this right slot here, stall, I'm going out and picking the one all the way to the left pole, and I count 1, 2, which is 2 nettings, and that's just going to be the width of my fairway. So in this skills challenge, we're going to have you hit 10 golf shots, and then just record and then send in your results to the Pro Shop on how many out of 10 you hit within your imaginary fairway. And here we've got a couple drills, or one rather, on alignment, just to help ensure you guys hit the fairway. And what we do is we want you to kind of get your pre-shot routine, stand behind the golf ball, and I'm going to go ahead and pick that middle pole out of those last two nettings there, which is the middle of my fairway. Draw an imaginary line, standing from behind it. And then what I like to do is something called spot aiming, and I go ahead and I pick maybe a foot or two in front of my golf ball, draw that imaginary line back. So when I go up to set up to my golf ball, I got my spot that I picked out. Now I'm just focused on that spot and squaring up my club face to that spot, which I know is aligned right at that middle pole. And then I set up and see if I can hit the fairway based on proper alignment. And I'm 0 for 1. Kind of go through that same process. Find the middle of my fairway. Draw an imaginary line. Set up. We'll say that's 1 for 2 as it kicked in on the left side there. Now hit 10 shots, report them to the pro shop, and you tell us how many you hit out of 10.